application in which we saw how switch case is working. This is an example for switch case. For multi-way branching, we have used it. Okay, as you were asking, you can even debug it. For debugging, you can keep breakpoint and then you can debug. You can get different views also when you debug. So for debugging, first of all, debug, you can put breakpoint from there till the end of the method. What happens exactly, you can watch. This can be starting point from here, line by line, you can be interpreting it. So just go to run here. In this run, here come to debug as Java application. So I don't want to open here the debug perspective. Rather, I want to run from the Java perspective, but I can be adding other views. But before that, I would like to tell you something about perspective. See, perspective is nothing but name given to an initial collection and arrangement of views and an editor area. When you take normal Java application development and when you take whenever you are writing code and whenever you are running, you may have different views, but when you debug, you can have different views. Views are nothing but small windows you get on the screen. Okay, when you run normally Java application, you may not get certain views which are normally required when you debug it. Like you may be getting expressions, you can be getting variables there. So, I mean, like that, there can be certain views which come up when you debug. That may not be required when you try to write code and when you try to execute in normal way. So therefore, if you open debug perspective, clearly you can see all those views. But a normal Java application also, you can debug by running it as like debug. Like debug we are doing it, instead of opening debug perspective, from the Java perspective itself we can be doing. But we are not opening the here debug perspective, but by staying from Java perspective only, we can do it. I just click on the no here. Okay, but here I have small windows here. You can see problems, Java doc, declaration, console, debug, then expressions and variables. These are available here. So using variables, you can see here what values or what values currently the variable has. Now currently the breakpoint is here. Breakpoint is here now. What I do, I press F5 key. With that I can be stepping in. Just press F5. So when I press F5, it has come to this line number 13. Then similarly, once again, here what value I got? Num equal to 4 I got. You can see here the value for num, how much it is now? 4. We got value 4 here. So here it should be jumping into, you can see clearly it should be jumping into line number 28 now in this case. So just press F5 again, it should be jumping into case, line number 29. It's coming into line number 29. So like this, you can be seeing line by line what is happening in the given program. So like that, you can actually debug. You can keep a breakpoint and line by line, you can, move here the code. So the execution you can move line by line by pressing F5 key. You can open, Philip?
Yeah, fine, okay.
You see, you can open in the Java perspective, or if you want to go into debug perspective, you can go into debug perspective. Now here, once again, I would like to run this. So I go with the debug. When I press F1, it says like this. This kind of launch is configured to open the debug perspective where it suspends. So here I can be opening the debug perspective. The screen is changing now. You can see the entire screen here changed. You are getting actually different views now. Here variables, breakpoints, expressions, here outline, and in the bottom you have console. Similarly here you have the code area, whatever method you are debugging. So there the control is. So like this, what is happening? The screen is totally changed. When you come into debug perspective, you have these windows. When you come to normal Java perspective, you don't find this many windows. So you have editor window, you have project explorer, like that you are going to have. Here now you cannot find any project explorer. But when you go into Java perspective, you can find that particular view. So now by pressing F5, I can proceed here. So I got a value 4, so it's printing 4. Like this is working. Now here I can come back to earlier perspective again. Perspective, then go with the open perspective, say Java perspective. Now the layout I got as usual. Similar one only I'm getting. So like this you can be debugging. So you need to keep a breakpoint, then followed by to iterate over the code, or to move to step through the code, you have to press F5. With that you can be moving. So like this you can be using debug. I'm going to share this document with you. It is related to perspectives. What is Java perspective? What is debug perspective? Certain points are in this actually. So I can be sharing with you this one. Something you said, Philip?
Sorry, I'm eating at the point of this. I'm eating some crisps. I'll come mute.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm eating something. I'll go on mute.
Okay, fine. So this is what yesterday's application. This was switch example we have seen. 1 minute, please. Hello, Lakshmi. Hello, Lakshmi. నేను చూడలేదు మరి అయితే కాల్. ఓకే లక్ష్మి. ఓకే లక్ష్మి. ఓకే అదే ఓకే ఓకే. చేస్తే కాల్ చేస్తే మరి అవుట్ ఆఫ్ కవరేజ్ ఏరియా అని వస్తుంది మెసేజ్. అదే తిన్నాను లక్ష్మి, తిన్నా. అదే అయితే రేపు పొద్దున 8 గంటలకు వస్తారా? ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే. Sorry, Philip. There was a call actually from somebody. An urgent call. Okay. So
okay.
This was switch case. Other thing is, if condition we have seen, then we look into loops. As I was saying yesterday, there are in 4 different ways you can iterate through the code. In fact, 5 different ways you have. Whether goto statement is supported or not in this, I do not know exactly. I never tried with goto, but even you can transfer control with the help of goto statement. But this is not recommended usage because this confuses us a lot. When you have too many goto statements, there can be problem. So that's why good coding practice is avoiding goto statement. Now, next thing is here you have a while loop. So while here followed by expression. This must be a Boolean expression. Then other thing is you have do followed by here while, at the end you have expression which has to be evaluated for truth value. Similarly, we have here for loop. So in the for loop there is initialization statement, then we have a counter in that. We are going to check for the counter, so whether it is meeting certain requirement or not. So if it's meeting requirement, loop continues, otherwise we come out from the loop. And another one is actually increment or decrement. Normally a for loop you have here, then other one is for each loop. For each works over the collections. This can be working only with the collections. These are the 4 different types of loops normally we use in Java. While whenever condition is getting satisfied, then only we enter into loop, and the loop repeats as long as the given expression is returning a true value. Similarly with the do while, so after do you have a curly bracket, then you write statements, at the end you have while. Irrespective of the given truth value of expression, we once enter into loop. So after that, at the end of the loop, the expression is tested. If it is returning true value, again we go back to loop, otherwise we exit from that. Irrespective of the given condition or irrespective of the given truth value of the given expression, what happens once we enter into loop? That is in the case of do while loop. That is the difference between while and do while. So for loop, when you know how many times exactly it has to be repeated, you can employ for loop. Similarly, for each, it works over the collections. Maybe arrays, it may be array list, it may be hash table. Over them, that can be working. So that is the for each loop. Now let us first see few examples with the while loop. So here I am going to use while loop to find out whether the given number is a prime number or not. I enter a number, whether that number is a prime or not, I want to find out. That is here with the help of while loop I want to do. So prime number is that number which is exactly divisible by itself and 1, and it does not have any other factors like 2 is a prime, 3 is a prime, 5 is a prime, 7 is a prime, 11 is a prime. So like this we have numbers. When we enter a number, it has to print whether the given number is a prime or not. So that code we are going to write. Now let us try to write it. It's a new Java project, prime numbers. Just I finish it. Okay. So it is here at prime numbers. In this, I just try to here create another class. I just put it as prime number. It's a prime number class in which I have the main method. Therefore, with the prime number name itself, I need to save the file. The file has an extension .java and this contains here main method, which is nothing but starting point of the application. Just finish it. Okay. So here we can read data from keyboard using scanner, or else we can use here random class to generate a random number. If you don't want to enter a number, you don't want to enter a number from keyboard, in such cases you can use actually here the random class using which you can generate a random number. For that we need to import the util package. Import java.util.star. I am going to use all the public classes available in the java.util if I want to use. So when I put here import java.util.star, whenever you try to compile your application, compiler cannot find any difficulty since we are adding the package here at the top. Since we are importing the package, it can look in the package and can find out the given syntax. So compiler will not fail in such cases. So what I am doing here, I am adding on the top import java.util.star. Now here I generate a random number. Random object R equal to this new random. First of all, I create here a random object. I have created here a random object. Using this random object, I can generate a random number. I write like int num 0. Then similarly, I can write here, I can go with fact. Okay. So here fact equal to, I assign it 2. This I am going to use here. Int num is 0 and fact equal to 2. Then one more variable, what I do, boolean is prime, okay, b prime equal to true I write. By default, I assume the given fact equal to 2 I have taken. So next thing is what I have to take a random number. Num equal to, here I just go with object R dot say next int. Up to 1000 I can pick any number here. So from 0 to 999 it can pick any number. So it's going to generate a random number which can be a value from 0 to 999. So next step is what here? I need to test whether this is a prime or not. So for that purpose, I use here the while loop, while followed by here fact less than or equal to num by 2. I can write a condition like this. As long as fact is less than or equal to num by 2, I am going to be iterating it. I can iterate over the loop as long as this condition is getting satisfied. Fact is 2 here, num by 2, definitely suppose number picked is here 25, it's going to be 25 by 2. How much we get? We are going to get 2. Because num is here integer, 2 is also integer, definitely we get only integral value in that. So this is the loop I am setting. Now here I can compare this way. If condition I write, if num percent fact equal to, if it is 0, that means what? It is having here, it is divisible by some other number. Other number in the sense here, apart from 1 and the number, it is divisible, therefore that can't be a prime number. If num percent fact equal to 0, what I write? B prime equal to false here. And I don't want to continue further with the loop, so therefore I can go with the break here. Break can be break can force the control to jump out of the loop, though the condition still satisfied, but sometimes what happens, we don't want to continue with the loop. So therefore what we can do with the help of break keyword, we can be jumping out the while loop. So we are going to jump with while loop if this condition is getting satisfied. If num percent fact equal to 0, B prime is false, break. Suppose that condition is not getting satisfied. Therefore, here I can go with the fact plus plus. I can increment the fact. By 1 I am going to be incrementing. So like this, the loop is going to be running for us. So once we come out from while loop, we need to check here. So here put like this. System dot out dot println. Here write num plus num is, I can put like this, num, okay. Here I give certain space, then here I am going with the conditional operator. I can write here B prime equal to true. Then in such cases, I print it as is a prime. Okay. Else I print this as is not a prime. It's not a prime, I would like to print. So with this I am going to be printing whether the given number is a prime number or not. Now here let me put a breakpoint. I am just putting a breakpoint here, move mouse pointer to the end of the screen here, then click on the toggle breakpoint. So now a breakpoint has come up for us. Let us start actually debugging this. Go to run, then here I can go with the debug as Java application. Okay, I don't want to go with the other one, like this I can take, and I can be using here the variables. If you look at this object R, there is no data in that, that is okay. Fine. So here, now currently the focus is here. So therefore by pressing F5, I can move cursor into line number 9. Now what is the value for num? Num is here 0. In the bottom you can see under variables. Similarly, fact equal to how much it is assigned here, 2 it is getting assigned. Now press F5 here. So this time I can get a value for num. Num how much it is, 722 we are getting in this. Num equal to 722 this is. Okay, you can see the value. So here the condition is what? Fact is how much? 2. Num is 722, therefore when you divide 722 with 2, this is going to be 361, which cannot be here a prime number. So therefore now go with this. With this what happens? You come into the while loop here. Okay, num by 2 is how much? This is going to be, we can get the value of num by 2 also. So num by 2 value, okay, I can select here num by 2. Then what I do, expressions I take here, Just drag and drop into this. How much it's giving here? 361 it's giving. It's nothing but expression. Num by 2 when you drag and drop here, it is showing it as 361. Coming to variables again. So here I press F5, with that I can proceed. Since it is 722, when you divide with 2, remainder is 0, therefore it is false here, we are going to break it. So when we break, what happens, it can be coming outside this while loop and it comes into this point. It's coming into this here and prints. What it prints here, 722 is not a prime. It's saying that 722 is not a prime. So like this, it is here working. Okay, once again, let us try to run here. What happens, once again, see what number this time it's going to be picking. So here, press F5 again. We are setting it to true. Then this is also correct. Now we come into variables. When it is variables, what happens, see here. This time it is 932. Again, it is a even number. So therefore, it's going to print it as not a prime. Definitely, it's going to print it as not a prime only. So, reason is it's picking there actually. It is picking even number, due to that we get in that way. But one thing what we can do, number we can change. Okay, so here come to variables. What value we got for number here? First of all, move here and let us try to change the number value. Num equal to, we got 45. 45 is nothing but odd number. Okay, when it is odd number, at least twice, at least it is going to be checking next time. 3 values it can take. This time we have iteration more than once. That is wrong. So fact plus this is fact value. How much we got now? We got 3. Now this time when you divide 45 with 3, definitely remainder is 0. So what happens? It's going to be printing it as not a prime number. So like this can be working for us because 45 is divisible. Once again, if I run and I try to change something different there. So here debug as I press here F5, then I'm getting some value for the number. How much I got? 552 I got, but I don't want to put this as 552. I want to change here some value. I can manually change here. I would like to take this as here, say some 29. 29 is what exactly? It is a 29 is here a prime number. Some number of times it can be iterating now in such case. When you divide 29 with 2, you are going to get 14. So from 2 to 14, it can be iterating it. So now press F5 here and continue. Num equal to how much we have? 29. Okay. So like this, n number, some number of times we are going to be iterating it. Fact value now how much we got? 11. So after this, probably it should stop. Fact is now how much? Fact equal to 12 we got. Even now also it works, but next time it does not work. Then what it's going to print for us? It's going to print it as a prime number. Okay, because b prime is now true. B prime equal to is false here. Yes, b prime equal to true only, that is. Okay, so therefore, what it prints here, it's going to print that what is happening in this? Okay, it has printed that 29 is a prime number. It's printing 29 as a prime number. So therefore, here it is getting iterated certain number of times. 2 to number 2 is how much here? 29. So 29 means it's 14. So 2 to 14, it's going to be taking values and iterates over the given loop that many times. Then after that, it's here printing the result. So like this, you can be debugging the application also. Any questions, Philip?
No, it's fine. I'm learning a lot. It's great.
Okay. Fine. So this is what it's a while loop. So using while loop, we could find out whether the given number is a prime or not. Okay. Next thing, this time I want to go for some loop kind of thing using do while I want to do it. This is an example for do while. Okay, this is an example for while loop. We have here while statement, you have an expression, and this is nothing but loop body. When there is only one statement, you need not put these curly brackets. Okay, there is only one statement. If you have to execute whenever the given condition is correct, you need not put actually anything like that. Here, let me show that example also. So here I use a while loop, while. Okay, I can put here. I can write here fact equal to some 1. Okay, fact equal to 1 here, while fact plus plus less than say some 51. I want to print the numbers 1 to 50. I would like to print. Therefore, I use here system dot out dot print. I don't use println, but just I use print followed slash t. I put tab character. I want to use here. Okay, I want to go for some tab character. Then I want to print here the number fact I want to put here. So in such cases, you don't require any curly brace. You don't require curly brace. Reason you have only one statement. You have to execute it. So what happens here? First of all, fact is evaluated. Fact is less than 51. After that, fact gets incremented. Plus plus is actually post incrementation here. It can be pre-increment or it can be post increment. Now we try with the post increment. After that, we can see even the pre-incrementation. So what happens now? See this time. It's printing here 2, 3, 4, 5 up to how much? Up to 51. It's printing for us. Okay, it's printing up to 51, but it has to print only how much? It has to print only 50, but it's printing up to 51. 1 is not getting printed here. Why it is? It is conditions working correct, but here what we do? First we evaluate condition. So after evaluating condition, what exactly we do? I mean, fact less than 51, it's checking there. That is true, fact equal to 1. But once this evaluation is completed, immediately here itself fact value gets incremented. So therefore fact becomes 2 there. So the 2 is getting printed here. Instead of putting there fact plus plus, if you put here, definitely whatever result you want to get, you can get now. You can see starting from 1 up to 50, now it is getting printed. But if you put here fact plus plus, first of all condition is tested. Whether fact is less than 51 or not. That is getting satisfied. Fact is 1 initially. But once the condition is checked, immediately what happens? Fact value is going to be incremented by 1. So fact value, in fact, how much? It is 2 there. So whenever you try to print, it will be 2 rather than 1. So like that, whenever you use increment or decrement, they can be working. This point you understood, Philip? What I was saying?
Yeah, it's how I used to write programs in C.
Okay. So here now, what I do, I can take here 0. But here, this time, I can put plus plus. By using plus plus, I can run here. So this time, I'm going to get correct result. It prints 1. There is no problem. Up to 50 only, this can be printing. So this is nothing but pre-incrementation, the other one is post-incrementation. Okay. So here, since we have more than one statement, we use here curly brackets. So here you don't have any, you don't have too many statements, just one statement, so you don't require curly brackets. But putting curly brackets always a good practice. Okay, so as much as possible, we should try to use the curly brackets because you can think it as a code block, complete code block like that you can think. And one more thing, whenever you work with Java, there are going to be 3 different types of variables in this. Okay, so the types of variables, I'm not talking about actually data types. Here type of variable means its scope. One is what? Global scope. One more is what here? Local scope. One more is actually block level. Okay, So we have here the scope is global, local and block level. Global means if you take any class, in the class if you declare a variable, that is called as a global variable. But in the method if you declare a variable, that is called as local variable. But if you declare a variable in curly brackets, that can be called as local variable. Suppose in the while loop if I declare any variable, that is called as here local variable, block level variable. But int num equal to 0, fact equal to 2, these are method level variables. So in the entire main method, they can be available. But if you declare a variable somewhere here, you may write something like int a equal to some 100 you put. So int a equal to 100, whatever you define, this can be here a global variable. In the entire class, in any method, it is available. So therefore, you can call this as here global variable. Okay, and this is what here the int num equal to 0, fact 2, and boolean b prime equal to true. These are nothing but here local variables. Local variables to the method, only in the method they are available. But inside the while loop, if you try to declare any other variable, and I write int h equal to say some 50, so this is exactly what block level variable this is. It is called as block level variable. We can call this as block level. So if you try to use here somewhere outside the scope of this, definitely it's going to be error. Suppose you put here h equal to h plus 10, it is nothing but error. So Java compiler says it as error. Reason, the h variable cannot be found here. It cannot be resolved as a variable. Reason, it is not within the main method. It may be within the main method here, but we have defined within the while code block. So in the while block, since we defined, it is available only in the while block. It cannot be available outside the scope of this block. So therefore, here h cannot be resolved. So this is called as what block level variable. So in Java, you can have the scope in three ways. One is global, when you declare at class level. If you declare in the method, it can be local to the method. If you declare in curly brackets, it can be only in that curly brackets. So like this, you have scope in three different ways. Global, then local, one more is actually block level. Even in C, I think when you were working with C, probably you declared variables outside the scope of function and inside the function. So if you define inside the function, it's a local variable. If you define a variable outside the scope of function, it is nothing but global variable. In the same context here also.
Yes.
You have done anything with the C++, Philip?
I used to program in C many years ago.
Okay, let's see. What was the which version of C you have used it? Was it Turbo C?
No, it was just normal ANSI C.
Okay, ANSI C. No, but compiler is what compiler that is. ANSI C is basically a standard. American National Standards Institute, they gave a standard and the ANSI C. But what was the compiler you were using?
It was more than 10 years ago.
Okay.
It was just normal compiler. It was by.
What was the platform? Was it DOS or Windows or Linux? What was the platform?
I used to do Windows, but also Linux. I used to do Pro C.
Okay.
Because which is basically a combination of SQL and
Windows, probably Microsoft Windows C++, you might have used it. When you work with actually Linux, you may be using GCC. So like that, you might have used it. And you are writing any Oracle code with the C.
Say again, sorry.
You are developing any modules for Oracle using C language.
Yeah, I used to do C++ and also as it was Pro C. Basically, Pro C is of C.
Yeah, with Pro C you do actually. Correct. So this is what here it's a. This is an example of while loop, and here with only single statement, and this is with the multiple statements. Now let us do with the do while loop. So as I told, do while is something like this. We have do followed by curly brackets here. Then in the bottom you have while followed by here expression. Something like this. So this way we write it. Do, then curly brackets, while expression. So here whatever statements we write, they get executed repeatedly as long as the expression is true, returning true value. So irrespective of the expression, at least once we jump into loop, reason, expression is tested at the end. Because of that, at least once the loop repeats here, executes. Okay, next thing is here, a new Java project. This is do while example. Just finish this do while example. Now with the do while, I create a new class called as do while classes. This also contains here main method. Right here, import Java dot. Instead of importing, I try to use here, I want to use fully qualified name. FQN I would like to use. This time I want to go with the scanner class. So I can create a Java, scanner object like this. Java dot util dot scanner. Here write object scan, this is equal to new, write it Java dot util dot scanner, and here it is system dot in. Okay, so like this I can use here fully qualified name. This can be called as here fully qualified name. If we don't want to use fully qualified name, on the top we can put import Java dot util. Okay, so sometimes this may be required because you may be importing more than one class. Both the classes may contain same class. Both the packages may contain same class. So you may be having same class name in more than one package. In such cases, it can be confusing very much for the compiler. If you put in both, say import java.util as well as java.text. In both the packages, you may have scanner class. For example, I am saying. So in such case, simply if you use scanner, that cannot be helping you. So it is going to be ambiguity, confusion. In order to overcome such problem, you can use fully qualified name. So here when I use and have the package hierarchy along with the class, this is called as a fully qualified name. Here we have a fully qualified name. With the help of that, we try to do it. So this is referring here now keyboard. Next step is what here we need to read from the keyboard. And here I'm going with some choices like it is going to be like, for example, 1, I have options like 2, then 3, then 4, other one is 5. So user has to choose any one option. 1 if user is choosing 1, some addition. If user is choosing 2, subtraction. If user is choosing 3, it's multiplication. When user is choosing 4, it's going to be say division, and when user is choosing here 5, it's going to be exiting from loop, otherwise it's going to be invalid. So like that it has to work. So therefore here I am using for that a menu kind of thing. Here first of all I declare variable int first num, also second num. I can declare like this. First num and second num also I have declared here. One more thing is choice. Choice equal to 0 I am keeping like this here. Okay. Next step is I create here a random class also. Random object or this is new random. Like this I have created. So first number and second number. Now it's showing error. Reason, we don't have the fully qualified name for that. So just put here dot. Similarly here also we need to put that, then put dot. Now a random object is created here. Random object is created. Now we can pick numbers for here first number and second number. I assume that first number must be greater than second number here. So first num equal to, it is here. I'm going to take like this, first number equal to 50 plus, then I go with the object r dot next int followed by up to 51 I can pick some number. Okay, second num equal to, here I can choose it as just up to 50. I can pick any number here. Like this, I am trying to pick here two numbers. So here what happens? First number is always going to be greater than second number with this. First number is always going to be 50 plus. Second number is always going to be up to 50 only. So even in both the cases, if it is 50-50, what happens? There is no problem with addition, multiplication, division, and even with the subtraction, you don't have any problem. So like that, I have chosen this. First number is going to be always greater than second number in this case here. Then go with the do here, loop. Okay, at the bottom, I put here, while ch or choice not equal to 5, I put. So whenever it is 5, we need to come out from that. So when it's 5, you have to come out from the loop there. Otherwise, the loop should be getting continued there. Okay, the loop has to be getting continued otherwise. Now here, if it is option 1, I must perform addition. If it is 2, subtraction. If it is 3, say multiplication. If it's 4, division. Like that we have to do. So therefore here, write the required code. So first of all, system dot out dot print. Here I go with this 1. This is going to be addition. Then I can go with the new line character here using /n. I can go with the new line character, then go with the 2. It is subtraction. Then again it is /n here. I go with the /n here. Then this is 3. It is multiplication. Okay, then again I put here /n. Then this is 4 here. Then this is division. After that, /n here. Then 5. It's going to be exit or quit. Okay, quit I am using here. So with the print statement, we use it. Quit followed by /n. I put here /n. Then here, please select an option 1 through 5. So like this we have written. This is for the menu. You can get a menu with that. After that, we have to read data using now from keyboard. We have to read it. Here I go with the try catch block. I'm going to use here try, then catch, followed by exception. It is here EX. Okay, I'm going to use here exception because instead of entering 1, 2, we may enter some ABC. That is going to be exception. So here choice equal to, we write it. It is object scan, the dot next int. We can read here next integer. So we have to enter a value either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So in such cases, it's going to be performing appropriate operation there. Choice equal to here, otherwise 0. So like this, I have a try catch block in that. So next step here, what I do is, I can go in this way. Switch case I must use here. Switch followed by here choice. So switch choice here, case it is 1. When it is 1, we need to perform arithmetic operation. So here we write A, this is first num, plus, we put here plus symbol, then write plus, second num, put plus, then equal to, we put here followed by again plus, but here we should write first num plus second num. Like this we need to write it. Followed by we need to have here a break keyword. With that we can break. Okay. So this is for case 1. Next step, here it is case 2 I take. Case 2 this is, but this time it's going to be subtraction operation, therefore we have here a minus. Next time this will be here case 3. So this is case 3 this time, and here it is a multiplication symbol we put here with star, we are going to multiply. Okay, once again case 4 we take, then here it is division we take, but here we may be dividing first number with second number. There can be problem with that. Multiply with 1.0f, like that. Let us try to print it. So last it is, here it is case followed by it is 5 here. Just we put here system dot out dot println quitting loop. Quitting loop we put here. Otherwise, suppose if it's not matching any of those, therefore we go with the default. In the default we can put it as system dot out dot println invalid option selected. Invalid option selected, we can use it. Okay, here we don't have break. Break is required. Okay, so invalid option selected, we are going to keep in this. So like this, here it's going to be, we can go with the source, we can correct indentation. Okay, indentation is corrected now, exactly under case, same thing is coming here. So this way, here we are going to use the do while loop. Here do is on the top and condition is in the bottom. So here with the help of the scan mechanism, we can be entering a number, either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. If we enter any other number, it is actually invalid option selected. Like that message we get. Just try to run this now. In the bottom, what it says, we can see here the menu. We have here 1 through 5 we can select. I pick 1 here. It says 56 plus 23, 79. Again, there is a loop here. Suppose I enter some A, B. What happens? See here. So it is giving some problem like this. Fine. I can go with here some 1. So it is saying like this. You can be going with 2 here. When you go with 2, this prints actually here subtracted value. Similarly, I may be going with 4. What it prints, let us see here. When we print, when we go with the 4, 65 by 16 is giving here 4.0625. Like this it's printing. If I go with 5, it has to quit. So quitting loop it is saying, again the menu is not getting displayed. So this way what is happening, the do while loop is working. We can actually keep breakpoint and we can see with this. So let us go to this point and here keep the breakpoint. Toggle breakpoint, then here run, and in this debug as Java application. Okay, we don't want to go there, but here we can open the variables window. Okay, what value we have in the first number? It is 97. In the second number, it is 31. Next step, by pressing F5, I can iterate. So it is asking like this, please enter an option. I enter here option 2, then press enter key. Okay, now I press F5 here. So once again I come into variables here. To this one, okay, then here I press F5. Now it is coming into switch. Choice is how much here? 2. So it should come to case 2. It's coming into case 2 and printing here. First num 97, second num 31. It's printing value as 66. Even if you go into variables, you can see here what values they have taken. 97, 31. It's going to show us result as. So result as here 66. Now I press F5 again. It goes back to choice, comparing choice equal to 2 it is. So therefore that is not getting satisfied. Again we go back into loop. Oh, what happened? Okay. Again come to this here. Choice we have here. So choice equal to this time we need to pick. I just pick here actually 5. Okay, press enter key. Now what happens with this? Let us see. Go here. Choice equal to 5. Come to this one here. Quitting loop it says. After that we come out from the loop. So like this it is working. So this is what basically a do while loop. With that it is working here. Philip, any questions on this?
No, it's fine. It looks straightforward. I do understand what you've done.
Yes. Okay. Next one is a for loop. We work with actually. Next thing is going to be a for loop. So with for loop we work. So whenever we work with for loop, basically in this, what we do is we try to find out all the perfect numbers from the given range. Okay, we may give some starting number as 0, ending number as 100. So in such cases, it can find out all the perfect numbers. Whatever perfect numbers are available, it can print. Or else from 1 to 100, we try to find out here. Here write perfect numbers. Finish. So here is new class. Write it as perfect number. Finish this. Here write import java.util.star. Okay, int start num I have here. Similarly, end num, and one more thing is counter. I declare these variables here. Also, another variable called sum. I can declare these. So using this and using actual nested loops, I want to perform here. Take for start num equal to, I put this as here 1. Similarly, end num 100. I can initialize more than one variable here. End num equal to 100. Then here I go with semicolon. Then right here start num less than end num. So start num less than end num. then it is here, write start num plus plus. Like this, I use here a loop. For range of numbers, I am going to use it. Next one, we require here some counter. So counter equal to, use it as 1. I am going to use counter as 1 here. So using counter, I can find out here. Next thing is, right, for here counter not required, I can initialize here. For counter equal to 1, counter less than or equal to, it should be a number. So which number it is here? Start number only we take. Start number by 2. Half of that we take into consideration. Then here counter plus plus. We put like this. And here I am going to use an if condition. Okay, if here the start num percent counter equal to 0. Therefore, what we do here, sum equal to 0 we put. In such cases, it is sum equal to sum plus start num, like sum plus counter we take. Going to write like this. So this is the for loop we use. And here I can write an if condition. If sum equal to, say, start num, sum equal to start num, we print system dot, then out dot println, given number is a perfect number. Okay, so here we can put the number, first num, start num, we can put it. Okay, else not a perfect number. Like this, we write the code in this. Okay, it's going to be printing, but we don't require actually here. Only when it's perfect number, in such case, we try to take it. When it's not perfect, we don't do anything. Just comment this here. This we don't use here. If it's perfect number, in such cases we do. Otherwise, we don't write it. Just start running it here. So what it says here, 6 is a perfect number, 28 is a perfect number. Reason, if you take 6, you have 3 factors for it. 1 is a factor, 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. Similarly, when you take 28, 1 is a factor, 2 is a factor, 4 is a factor, 7 is a factor, 14 is a factor. So when you add them together, 1, then 2, then 4, then 7 and 14, you get the same number 28. So that is the reason it is a perfect number. No other numbers are perfect if you try from 1 to 100. So that's why it is printing here. Only 2 numbers as perfect numbers, and here inside one for loop we are using another for loop. This is nothing but nesting of for loops, or in general you can say nesting of loops. One loop is nested in the another loop. Philip, any questions on this?
I'm fine. It's okay.
So this is an example for the for loop. But in the for loop, what I do here, I am initializing more than one variable at a time. You can put a number of statements. This can be treated as one code block. This can be only testing, and this can be again treated as some other code block. Like that you can think. In one code block, you can contain more than one statement. So here we have 2 statements. One is assigning with 1, other one is assigning with 100. So like this, here we have written this for loop. Okay. Next thing is going to be arrays. As you know, array is what it is: aggregate homogeneous data. Basically, when you talk about aggregate data, even in the C, you have two different things. One is arrays, other one is what? Structure. Array is what? Aggregate homogeneous. Structure is aggregate heterogeneous. In a structure, you can contain dissimilar data types as fields. For example, take date. In the case of date, day may be 1 byte. Similarly, month may be 1 byte, but when it is year, in such cases that has to be an integer which should be 2 or 4 bytes. Like that you have. So if you take one structure, you can have dissimilar elements inside that. But like single unit only, we are going to be treating. A structure is nothing but a record. You can roughly compare with the database record as far as the structure is concerned. So array is what here? Array is nothing but here aggregate homogeneous data. Similar data you find in the given array. Okay, arrays can be one-dimensional, two or multi-dimensional, and one more thing is variable length array or jogged array or ragged array. Okay, array is what here? One-dimensional. Next thing is here two or multi-dimensional. You may have only 2 dimensions or it can be multi-dimensional. One more is here jogged or ragged array or variable length array. That means if you look at one-dimensional array, what happens here? Similar data you can be storing in one row, number of columns you can think, or number of rows only one column. That's up to you how you view it. You can treat it as one row containing number of columns, or it can be number of rows with only one column. That is what one-dimensional array. But when it is two or multi-dimensional, you may be having just 2 dimensions, or it can be more than 2 dimensions also. But here what happens? Suppose you take a 2-dimensional array. If it's containing 10 rows, and every row must be containing equal number of columns. So in one row you cannot have 5 columns, in the other row you can have 10 columns, like that not possible when you take regular arrays in Java. So it can be 2 or multi-dimensional, and when you talk about Java array, here you can have n rows, but every row need not contain same number of columns. Number of columns may change from one row to another row. Such concept is called as here ragged array or jogged array. There is a difference between 2-dimensional and here a jogged or ragged array. So if you talk about 2-dimensional array, you may have a number of rows. All the rows should contain same number of columns. But when you talk about ragged array, what happens here? The number of, you may have a number of rows again, but all rows may not contain equal number of columns. For example, take a school. If you take an example of a school, you may be having 10 classes. Every class may not contain equal number of students. One may be containing 30, other may be containing 20, one may be containing 10. So like this, number of students can change. So in such cases, you can apply the ragged array concept. But something like chessboard you take, in the case of chessboard, probably you can go with the 2-dimensional. Because if you take a chessboard, you have 8 rows and 8 columns. Every row should contain 8 columns. So like in such cases, you can use a 2-dimensional array. Okay, so like this you can be having here, say, different types of arrays, 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional, and another one is actually jogged or ragged array. Okay, so once I explain the dimensional array, I can be arrays, then I can cover for you this for loop, for each loop. Here it is, arrays with numbers. I can expand here. In this, I want to write one piece of code with that num2 words. Okay, I'm going to write some class. Using that, I can convert the given number into words. Suppose I entered a number like 1, 2, 3. When it is printed, it has to print 1, then 2, then 3, like this. Or if I enter say some 902, 903, it should say 9, then 0, and other thing is what here, 3, like this it should print. Okay, but when I enter 093, it has to be printing only 9 and 3, 0 should not be taken into consideration. So, like this, it has to convert the given number into words. So, for this, I can use the help of recursive mechanism, which is available in the Java, recursion. When a function calls itself, it's called as recursion. Here, write import java.util.star. Though this may not be required here, but still I try to put that. Now, I declare here a string array. I'm going to use here a string array. So here string array, outside the scope of main method, I can declare static followed by here string. I write here num in words is equal to, here I can create something like 0. Then I put here 1, then this is here 2, then I can put this as 3 here, then here it is 4, next thing is here 5, then this is 6, and next one is here 7, and other one is here 8, one more is 9. We have how many digits? We have total 10 digits from 0 to 9. I have created an array called as here num in words. It's nothing but string array which contains here how many total? From 0 to 9. These are the digits. Num in words we have here, or digit in words we can put. Digit in words, something like this. We can have digits in words. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we have here total 10 digits in words. We have written like that. It's a string data. And this is what available for the entire class. Okay, so we can call this as here a global variable. Though this is static, we are not going to instantiate object here. So like in static method only, we'll be using it. Later on, we discuss more about the static, what exactly is static. Once we look into the features of this programming core programming things, when we discuss about object-oriented concepts, at the time, what is static, what is instance, we discuss. So here, what is happening? We created an array which contains here 10 digits names. In words, we have it. Now I want to define a method. It's here static. I want to write it as number to words. I want to say it as here number to words followed by int here num. The number is getting passed, and here it must be string, or else okay, you can say it as here string. This must be returning some string data. It has to return for us string data. Here in this we use okay. So here I write string buffer SB is equal to new string buffer. I created here a string buffer object. So in the bottom, I write it as return SB then dot to string. I can be returning this data. Okay, so this method must be recursively working. Now here in this, I write code this way. If condition I use here, if num greater than or equal to 10. So in such cases, what should happen? The same method has to be called again. You have to call the same method. Here write sb dot append. In the beginning, we take a space. Yes, here go with the plus followed by here. Let us call the method number to words followed by here num divided by how much we take here 10. We take like this. This way we are going to be calling it. This is nothing but here recursive mechanism. If num greater than or equal to 10, so in such cases we are going to call the same function. Number to words we are going to call. This concept is called as here recursion. We can call this as here recursion. Now here write sp.append followed by here I want to use something like, again we can use here space followed by plus I put here. Then in this just want to go with say this in words. I can put this here followed by in this what I am passing num percent 10. Like this I am going to be making it. After that it's going to be just returning that value. So with this program now I can convert the given number into words. Whatever number is entered that I can convert. Now in this what I do, again I use here some random class. Object R, this is here new random. Okay. Next here I go with int num equal to object R, then dot next int up to 99,000 up to 1 lakh I would like to take, 100,000 I want to take, up to 100,000 I'm going to pick here a number. That number has to be converted into words. Okay, so that should be getting converted into words for us. Here write string num words equal to, I can call this here. I'm going to call that method here followed by I pass num. It can be converting the given number into words, and in the string it's going to be putting for us. Then write here system dot out dot println when right here num is converted to words, it is, we take here a slash double quote, then put a plus here followed by num words we take here. We take num words, then we put plus here again slash double quotes. Like this the program, I mean like this we have written. So now we have to run this. What happens with the result we can see here. So what it says here, 52165 it is saying here. If you look at this, it says 52165, we are getting it. 52165 is here. Again if you run, we should get different result here. It is what 59,251. It says 59251. So it's printing in that way. Philip, understood this code?
Yeah, it makes sense.
This
Just
is
got
basically recursion.
basically
Recursive mechanism.
recursion into the through a basically you call it a method, which is like a function really.
Yes. So with recursion actually you can write less code. Suppose if you don't use recursion concept here, you have to write number of switch cases in this. Case 0, case 1, case 2, case 3, like that you need to print.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is what here, it's an array. This contains how many elements total? 10 elements are contained in this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. So 0 to 9 together, it's going to be here, total 10 elements. So like this here, I could convert the given number into words here.
So it's a global constant array that you've created.
Yes, yes. It's a global string variable, but this is what type of variable? Static variable. Only in the static methods it is available. You can use only with the static methods. When you instantiate num2 words, you cannot use it. Only in the static methods you have to use. Main is also a static method, and this number2 words also a static method. Static method only once it initializes, but instance method, with every instance it gets created.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is converting the given number into words. In the same way, can you do one thing? For example, I give some number, say some 100. I want to convert this into binary, octal, similarly hexadecimal, septal. It can be any number system. Okay, from 0 to 16, it can from 1 to 16, it can be using any number system except 10, because already base 10 we are using. So with one recursion function, you need to convert the given number into any other number system. Can you write code for that?
I'm going to be struggling to be honest, because I get up early in the morning and then late at night I come back. So.
Okay. If possible, just try to. For practice sake, I am saying.
Okay.
Now here, see further what happens in this. How many elements are in this? We can find out with the help of the length property. So it is digits in in words dot. When you say, you can go with the length method. With the help of length method, how many members are available in that, you can find out. There is a property called length. With the help of length property, you can find out how many elements are in that. This should give you here total how many. It should give here 10. When you write, it should give 10. So this is what here, it's an array. What type of array this is? One dimensional and string array this is. Okay. Now here other one, the given number we try to convert into, say, into binary. It can be any number system. Whatever number system you give, it should convert. Same code I write here. So in this, convert to, I write it as decimal to any ns. Here we have int num followed by int ns. This is required. So using that, you can do it. Int num, int ns. Then here string buffer of course is required here. But in this, what we do, if num greater than or equal to ns. So in such cases, we need to call here. We don't require this. We need to call here. What we write in this is num divided by ns. We take it. We are going to take that as num divided by ns. Then in this, we need to write. Use the if condition here. If num %ns greater than or equal to 10. If it is greater than or equal to 10, in such cases, we need to do like this. First of all, we go with here char, typecasting we do. Then here we write like this. So we take here num%ns plus, we can write it as 55. Okay, else I want to append this as 48 I want to use. Like this, I can be converting the given number into other number system. So here just I want to print system dot out dot println when num is converted to binary, it is, then here put a plus followed by call this decimal to any ns. Here we give therefore num followed by here 2. So this way we try to print in this. What happens? See here. Instead of going with such big number, we try to use only very small number, up to 100 we take. So what it gives us, let us see from this. Okay, something wrong actually. Where I am doing wrong. Here this is wrong. I should not. It's correct, but number towards num by ns. Yeah, 80 it's printing here. 96 is correct. Decimal to any ns if we take 2 we are taking in that. Num%ns. Okay, what is the problem in this? It's correct. This is also correct here. We're appending in that way. N has been taken. Num%ns greater than or equal to 10. Append it is 8 and 0, 4, 8 and 0 it is saying here. How it can be?
Can we go to debug? I can see what you're doing. I understand what you're doing. Basically, you're doing recursion and convert it to binary, and you're adding.
Yes. Converting it to binary number system. But here, what problem I'm facing? Just seeing here. Okay, it should be ns plus 48. This is correct only. Converting into character. After adding this, I should get here. Should be getting appended. Here also should be getting appended properly. But why once again let me run here. I can know exactly where the problem is. 4, 8 it is saying 97. But 4 and 8 why we get and where are we calling it? Decimal to any ns. Num comma 2 only we are writing here. Why it says there should not be any such thing here. Okay, decimal to any ns. I'm calling same thing there, decimal to any ns. When I call it there, in this code there is no problem basically. With SB, any problem? It should not be any because SB1 I take here. Here also SB1 I put, SB1 I put here. Here also SB1. then here toString I put. If that is the case, 291 it's saying, why 291 is coming in that? Because here nowhere you have any such thing. Decimal to any NS we have. And these two are totally two different methods. Here we pass only num. When num, if you take, num is 291 should not be coming there. Why it is 291? Append num percent and num percent ns plus 55. Number two words also we are taking here. Return this one. Yeah, this is the wrong thing I am doing. Calling this something wrong. Why it is giving problem? Correct. Other thing is here ns. Fine. So when we take 63, it is showing everything as 1. But how everything can be 1 in the case of 63? Yes, 63 everything is going to be 1. Is it correct, Philip?
It looks correct. We'd have to convert using binary charts.
Something else. It is 59. Units 2s, 4, 8, 16, 32. 32 plus 16 is here, 48, 48 plus 8 is 50, 56 correct, 58, 59, you are getting correct on this. When 59 is converted to binary, it's correct. Now in the same way, you can try with other number systems also. It can be picking some number, you can try with other number also. With one method, you can do all those things. Here I go with 1000, then here, say this one as hexadecimal, and here I pass 16. Just I want to pass 16 here. When I pass 16, it should give us again correct result. It is giving 380. 896 can be converted to hexadecimal. It is giving 380. With 380 correct. Okay.
364, isn't it? And then 8. It's 116 and then
16, and this is here unit 16, 64. So 64 threes, how it can be? 896 when you convert it to hexadecimal is 3 80. This is correct. Are we missing any lost character in that? Definitely not.
Is correct.
It's correct. 896 when you convert it to hexadecimal.
Correct. It's right. I've just checked.
I think it's not. Let me go to calculator here and see.
I've gone to calculator and checked. It's right.
Okay, so this is 896 we take. Converted to hexadecimal notation. Okay, but in this, there is no provision view scientific. Same thing if you see in the hexadecimal, even here also, you don't have such mechanism.
If you go to Google and put 896 in hex, it will give the answer.
Okay. After hexadecimal, first of all, we have decimal. That is how much we enter. 396. 380 is saying correct only.
Yeah.
But we have units 16 and other thing is 64. Okay. So when you convert into decimal, how that is? 64 3 is 192 only you have. How that is? How it can be 896 when we convert into hexadecimal? How that can be 380?
It's right.
Showing creates a little bit.
If you go to Google and put 3/8 in hexadecimal, it'll tell you.
Correct.
Internet Explorer, it gives you the answer.
Instead of this, we try to put num equal to after this 255. I put and see what result we should get. I mean FF we have to get. Do we get FF or not? Let us check. FF we are getting correct. 255 is nothing but FF. So one is 15, other one is 16 into 15. So it is giving actually correct result. Looks like correct only this. So this is what another recursion function. Using that we could convert the given number into hexadecimal number, or it can be binary, octal, whatever it is, it can convert. Why I am using this 55? You understood here this one?
I don't understand why you've used 55, but I know it works. I'd have to look that one up.
See, suppose you are converting into hexadecimal. When you are trying to convert to hexadecimal, the remainder may be equal to 10 or maybe greater than 10 sometimes. So in such cases, there is no equivalent digit for 10, because for 0 to 9 only we have digits in the decimal number system. We don't have any equivalent digit for the hexadecimal. So here what result we get? Whatever we get to that, we are going to be adding here 55. So 55 plus 10 can give you how much? 65 it can give. So 65 ASCII character, how much you get? If you go to this, here say 65 ASCII character is A.
Yeah.
So that's the logic I am using. So if it is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so what happens? You can get up to F. Similarly, whenever it is less than 10, you get some, say it may be something like 8, 9. So you get 8. 8 plus 8, 8 plus 48, how much you are going to get? 56. 56 is nothing but 8 in the ASCII character set. If you look at ASCII character set, see here, you go to the digits. 48 is 0, 49 is 1, 50 is 2, 51 is 3, 52 is 4. Like this, you have digits equivalent. So when it's 56, it's going to be 8.
Yeah.
So like this, with the recursion, we have done it. Okay, Philip. We'll be meeting next week. Will it be okay?
Yep, it's fine. Yeah, I've learned a lot today. Basically, it's a lot like C at the moment.
Yes.
But when we start to go into object orientated, I guess it will change slightly.
Correct.
But at the moment, it's very.
Next week, Saturday. I mean, from Saturday after. After covering some more with the this thing actually collections, then we go into object-oriented concepts.
Yeah.
So once we finish OOPS, we can be doing some testing side Java, how to test using Java, then how to use AND, we'll know. Okay. After that, we can focus on the web application development.
Yeah. It's very much like C, to be honest.
Are you good with HTML? Are you good with HTML, CSS, JavaScript?
I used to do HTML a long time ago. I used to have my own website. JavaScript was part of it, but I'm still a bit rusty on JavaScript, but I did do it a long time ago.
Okay.
It's not new to me. I am familiar with it.
It looks like, I mean, when you say you are following, I understood that already you have done so much with these, but time being, I think you're trying to recall them. That is the only thing happening now. I
am, yes. I have the memories, and the experience, but it's a long time ago.
Yes. But just revival, that's all. If you recall that, and if you apply the same, whatever new things you are encountering, if you apply with the old things, then that is only going to be your learning curve. That's it. Okay, we meet next week, Philip.
Yes, I'm fine.
Yeah, any questions about any difficulty in following when I teach? Any difficulty you find?
No, I'm fine. It's just that basically object instantiation of, say, it's slightly different than C. when you're taking, for argument's sake, new random, that's kind of a new introduction to object. It's basically like subjects orientations, isn't it?
You understood about date and simple date format?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, but basically it's just the same as C.
Yes.
And PLSQL. It's the same type of concept. When you're writing dates in SQL and doing formats, it's the same functions that you call, similar to it. It's just in a different language. Okay,
yes.
super.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.